Yeah, yeah. We just chillin' and vibing. Good conversations with good people. Oh, good conversations with good people. Yeah,
Welcome to another episode of Chilling and Vibing Podcast. Today's guest brings laughs and realness. Whether he's lighting up the stage with his stand-up or stepping in front of the camera as an actor. Y'all welcome the one, the only, Zako. Right. What's up, man?
What's going on, Larry? Thanks for having me, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate you taking the time out your busy day to come chill and vibe.
Oh, dude, I wish that were true. I am right now. I'm in bed, got my feet kicked up in a hotel in LA, man. I'm living a good life right now. So,
Hey,
not that I
man, good
wouldn't
vibe.
push things aside, not that I wouldn't push things aside to do this podcast, but it's a pretty chill day out here in LA, man. How's your day going?
It's good, man. So you're in LA, but where you originally from?
I'm originally from Beaufort, South Carolina.
Hey, neighbor.
We're
What's going
neighbors,
on?
right?
Orangeburg,
Yeah,
South
originally from
Carolina, born and raised.
Yeah, man. I'm originally from Beaufort, South Carolina. Well, Ladies Island, South Carolina. As you know, Beaufort is just comprised of a bunch of little islands down there. So I grew up on Ladies Island, general Beaufort area. And then when I was 13, I moved to Toledo, Ohio. So I got a little bit of Southern in me, a little bit of Midwest in me. But I started comedy in Chicago. Traveling, man. Larry, I can't be pinned down.
So have you ever been back to South Carolina, man?
Oh yeah, I mean, my family still lives down there. My mom, my stepfather, my sister, her wife. I got a lesbian sister. She might be the first lesbian in South Carolina, actually. She was the Jackie Robinson of lesbians in my hometown. They came after, but she was the first one, man. Yeah, so they all live down there. They're still back home, so I go home as often as I can.
Next time you come home, man, we gotta link up, man. Take a shot of Fireball together.
Yeah, for sure. I'm trying to do some shows out in Charleston soon, so I'll let you know.
Oh yeah. So when was that first I think I'm funny moment?
Oh man. I don't even think it was for me, to be honest. I've been asked this question before, and there's like one moment that always triggers for me, and it was we were in a car, and I was just making my mom and my aunt laugh. And like growing up, that was like my way out of trouble, right? Like just make them laugh, and you're good. Because my sister, she was a badass kid. Like she was the one running away, sneaking in boys. But I was just kind of like, just if I just make my mom laugh, I could sit in the background, get collect my Pokemon cards, and not be grounded. And that was kind of what my angle was. So I remember I was making my mom and my aunt laugh, and my aunt just looked at me, and I was probably like 25 at this point, and she was like, "Oh, you missed your calling. You missed your calling. You should have been a stand-up comedian." And at the time, I had just graduated from college and from the Air Force, and I was like, "Damn, my aunt doesn't respect any of these accomplishments." But yeah, she kind of told me that, and then I just kind of. I never really thought about it again after that for a while. It wasn't until 5 years after that when I started comedy when I was 30, but I always kind of fall back on that moment. So I was like, oh yeah, like that was when I kind of grew up making people laugh.
So thank you for your service also, man. Air Force, how many
Oh
years?
yeah. Air Force, 6 years. It was National Guard, so I just did that one weekend a month, man. I'm cool with that. One weekend a month. I had treated the military like I treat my relationships. I'm in and out, back to the streets.
Thanks. Who are your top five comedians of all time?
Top five. Okay, Patrice O'Neal undoubtedly sits atop at number one. It gets a little dicey after that. But if the four that are under Patrice, I got to go with Bernie Mac, Cat Williams, Bill Burr. See, this is the one. If it's four, four is good. But if I gotta find that fifth one, it gets a little dicey for me. Uh Damn, man. Who sits to who claims number five? You know who it is? It's Joey Diaz. And I have a specific reason why. Rarely does Joey Diaz fall on people's top five, but the reason he's one of my top five favorite comics is because Joey Diaz actually had the funniest live in person act that I ever seen in my life. And I'll never forget it. It was right before I started stand-up comedy, and it was in Cleveland, Ohio at Hilarities. And I'm talking Joey Diaz is one thing funny when he's on TV or like the radio, but because he's a storyteller, when he pulls you in and you're in his environment and he's got you in his clutches, man, there's not too many people like him. And that's the reason why I'm gonna give him that five spot over like a Dave Chappelle or something like that, who I grew up really loving and respecting as well. But I got to put Joey up there just because of that one moment when I think of live performances and I think of what he did that night at Hilarities in Cleveland. I just got to give him his props, man. There was people falling over, Larry. I've never seen nothing like I fell over. There's nothing like it. My girlfriend almost left me for laughing at another man so bad. She said he must be gay. It was so good, dude. So I'm gonna give him that spot just out of respect for that live performance because I really do respect the comedian that isn't just like radio funny, TV funny, but when you go see him, it's a different show and kind of like a different level of funny.
So how would you describe your style of comedy?
Oh man, chaotic middleman, really. I like to swing at both sides, right? Like I think a lot of comedians talk about punching up, punching down, but I really enjoy punching side to side and kind of just making people understand the hypocrisy of the human experience and how we actually all are a little bit more similar than what we believe to be, right? And I think in
Mhm.
doing so, I kind of get away with dark humor. I kind of get away with murder, really, to be on stage. And I think it's because I do give off that vibe of I'm not preaching. I'm not picking sides. I'm saying we're all full of shit, myself included, right? And that's really where I'm at. Um, and it can vary, right? Like I'm still, I'm 8 years into comedy, so humbly, I'm still trying to like figure out what that DNA of Zach Orion on stage is. Um, and I think, when I first started, all my mentors were telling me, it takes 10 years to figure out how to be funny. And I think it may not take 10 years to figure out how to be funny, but I do think in the first 10 years, you're constantly going back and forth on which style suits me better, who do I actually want to be on that stage? Because it is a different version. It's an elevated version of you. So trying to figure that out lately has been an interesting and a fun part and fun development in my career. But I think for the most part, it is, yeah. You're not going to get a preach. You're not going to get someone up there who's trying to change your opinion. You're going to get someone up there who's trying to make you think, right? Look at life through other people's lenses. And I think it's easier to do that when it's hidden behind the veil of humor.
Mhm. What's the weirdest or wildest thing you've seen while on stage?
Oh man, I was doing the Stratosphere in Las Vegas. All right, so this isn't what I saw on stage, but this is a wild story. So I was doing this show. I got my guy's name. He's Spiro. If you're ever in Las Vegas, want to go see some comedy, hit up my man Spiro. Funny guy. Shout out to Spiro. He runs a show at Stratosphere. This is 4 years ago. So I go do the show at Stratosphere. When you walk into the Stratosphere at the casino, you walk through the front, you go upstairs, and you find the comedy club that's in there. I believe it's called LA Comedy Club at the time. It was, yeah, LA Comedy Club in Stratosphere. Go up there, everyone goes to their set. I'm the last comic to go. I get up, I do my set, I get off. We're going to leave to get out of there before, they end the show and everyone kind of like gets out just so we can, kind of get out there before the rush. And there's like this cop putting up all this yellow tape right where the exit is. And we're like, hey, we got to get out of here. Like, we're trying to leave. And he's like, no, man, you got to go that way. We're like, wow, what happened? He's like, no, I don't even worry about it, but you got to go that way. So we had to walk all the way around and leave like a different way, right? And I never really thought about it after that because there's so much construction going on at these casinos. It could be anything, right? So go home, go to sleep. I wake up the next morning and it's one of them hotel rooms where like if you set an alarm, everything turns on. So the lights turn on, the TV turns on, and it's on the news. And the first thing I hear as I get up to go brush my teeth is, yeah, so that guy that jumped off the top of the stratosphere last night didn't make it. I was like, what
Wow.
the fuck? The middle of the show, Larry. Someone jumped off the stratosphere. And it was the first time in my entire career that I could honestly call my friends and tell them I killed.
Hey,
I killed while I was on that stage.
yeah, that's wild. Man, that's wild. That's wild. Man, what's something people don't realize about being a comedian, man?
Oh my God, dude, it is so much hard work. I mean, it is an unbelievable amount of hard work. And I think I didn't appreciate that when I first started either. And I don't think I could imagine how hard the work could be because it just seems so fun.
Yeah.
But I mean, in terms of it's daily writing, daily performing, daily editing, it weeds people out in the beginning because when you first start comedy, you don't have any good jokes in your back pocket. If the show ain't going good, you can reach
Mhm.
in and pull it out. If it ain't going good, brother, it ain't going good. And that's just, you got to be up there dealing with it. So it weeds people out because that takes a certain level of delusion to be able to believe that you can make it through that, and see the light at the end of the tunnel. And not even just delusion to believe that you can make it, but wherewithal to be able to take those L's like that and just brush it off your shoulder and keep going. But I mean, what people don't see are the bombs, right? Going to the open mics, trying all new material, knowing you're just looking for one little laugh, right? And you're in front of all your peers trying to work this stuff out, right? Going to another open mic that same night, taking that little sliver of funny, seeing if you can expand upon it. Going and doing your shows, listening, recording the audio, driving home, listening to the audio, trying to figure out where the beats are, where's the punch, where was the dead spot, why didn't this setup work? Analyzing all these small details, watching a video clip of you with the audio off so you can watch your body move, so you can see if that's even a natural movement or if you got to keep your hands out of your pockets or what you need to do. But everything is it's just so the minutia of comedy is so intricate that I think that's what's really not appreciated in this industry. And it's I think if you can master those small things, you're on a fast track to success in this industry. But the editing, man, the writing and the editing, and then figuring out what the pieces of the puzzle, right? You can have 50 pieces that are good pieces, but now where do they fit? You can't tell this joke about your grandma dying right in the beginning of the set because people are gonna be like, who the fuck is this psychopath? You know what I mean? How do I get you on my side? How do I warm you up?
Mhm.
How do I warm you up to 50? How do I turn up the heat to 80 to 100 so that I can tell this joke that requires a 100-degree temperature, right? So all
Mhm.
these little nuances, and it's just, let alone the fact that, man, you got to be honest with yourself here, correct? Because you can't get on stage bullshitting. Because that, I mean, you can only bullshit on stage for so long until people call your bluff, right? You got to be true to yourself. Eh, And to do that and to be true to yourself, you got to be ready to be honest about a lot of bullshit about yourself, right? So, like, in a way, it's kind of therapy. I kind of hate using that uh, metaphor because I think it's a little played out, and I think some people may say it and really not mean it. But like, if you really want it to be, and you really want to get into the nitty gritty of what makes you you and what makes you funny, the therapeutic part of comedy is, just as helpful as it is hard to deal with, right?
Mhm. I gotta ask, have you ever seen anybody get booed off stage?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude. I have. I will start with this. I am lucky enough to where in 8.5 years I have never been booed off stage. So I'm happy to say that. But I saw a white guy get booed off stage at Riddles in Southside Chicago. And if you've been living under a rock and you don't know what the demographic of Southside Chicago is, let me tell you, it looks a lot more like Larry than it does me. And when they are booing you, they are booing you. And it was so bad. This guy was on stage and he opened with an anti-religion joke. And also, if you've been living under a rock and don't know too much about the black community, probably not the best way to start your set.
Nah.
All right. Second joke wasn't, then he went directly from there, which that didn't work. He went directly from there, pivoted into an abortion joke. And I don't know where, to this day, I have no idea if he was pro abortion or anti abortion. Because as soon as he told the audience he was doing a joke about abortion, it was ghosts in there, bro. Booze coming from the walls.
Wow.
And yeah, they had to escort him out the back, man.
Dang.
They had to walk that guy to his van.
Man, that's
Yeah,
that,
the
that's a bad way to
closest,
leave.
the yeah, when I was a new comic and Riddles, Southside Chicago it'll sharpen your tool set down there. If you can figure out how to work those audiences, you can figure out how to work anywhere. They always say, man, if you can be funny in Chicago, you can be funny anywhere. And I truly believe that. You know, I'm a little bit biased because I started comedy in Chicago. So, of course, I'm going to defend Chicago comedy. I believe Chicago comedy is the best comedy in the country. I truly do believe that, especially when you're starting out. I think there's no better place to learn chops like there is in Chicago. And I think the reason is because there's multiple scenes in Chicago. You got the North Side scene, which is like heavy liberal, younger, majority white. And then you got Southside Chicago, which is majority black audience. And you got the burbs, families. So now you get to figure out how to work your material in all these different demographics without
Hmm.
pandering, without changing the DNA of the jokes, right?
Hmm.
And then if you can figure that out, oh, I mean, nothing really scares you, right?
Hmm. You're right.
But the crate here's a real quick one, man. This was a funny one. When I was at that same club in Riddles in Southside Chicago. Shout out Damon Williams. He was putting on a show, and I went down there. And there wasn't too many people in the audience this night. But when I got on stage, there did just happen to be three dudes and a lady in the front row, all wearing the same fedora. And the show wasn't going well. And I don't know why I thought this would be a good idea. But I went on stage and I looked at them, and the first words out of my mouth were, damn. Y'all look like you're all so sick of love songs. And I thought that was funny.
It is.
I thought that was hilarious. And so did the comedians in the back. But this table did not find it so humorous. Actually, there was one individual in particular that did not find this very humorous. And he proceeded to look up at me and say, not the one, white boy.
Wow.
So that set tanked, and it was going so bad that I just kind of kept coming back to this fedora table. And I don't know why I did that either. Remember that door I told you they walked old boy out of in the back?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to help me out that same door that night because this dude uh came around the side after the show apparently looking for me. But at that point I was already on Lakeshore Drive heading back to the city, man. I was like, hey, get me the fuck out of here.
Hey, that's crazy though. How you gonna go to a comedy show when you can't take a joke? But it's got some people can't take a joke. But that's crazy to me though.
Yeah, some people don't want to be the show, right? And I
Yeah.
get it. I don't understand it, but I get it, I guess. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Um, I don't usually make somebody the show unless they want to be the show. You know what I mean? Like, I don't usually start picking on somebody unless there's something blatant that I can see that is blatant to the audience, or if they're acting up and they want to be part of the show. I think Ari Spears said it best. He was like, "Look, you can either listen to the show or you can be the show. Either way, that check. Oh no, that was my bad. That was Hurricane.
Yeah.
Oh shit, who the fuck said that? Not Hurricane. Yeah. So you can either be the show, you can either listen to the show, or you can be the show. Either way, that check can clear the same. You know what I
Facts.
mean? Either way, I'm getting paid for this.
How has comedy changed since you started?
Oh man, I think I came in at the craziest time because I came in right before comedians, the biggest change, social media.
Hmm.
I started comedy 8.5 years ago, and although social media was doing its thing, there was two distinct types of comedians. There were social media comedians, there were stand-up comedians. That's how it was. Social media comedians were posting clips, reels, sketches, reaction videos, podcast clips. Stand-up comedians were posting lifestyle pictures and pretty much just life because it was pretty taboo to post your clips on social media because the idea was you're burning the material. Now they've already seen it. You can't do the material at a show.
Hmm.
Well, I think time told us how insane that theory was. And it's just a crazy theory. Like the audacity for you to think everybody just saw that joke. You got 1,000 followers. Who saw that joke? You know what I mean? So really the biggest change that occurred from when I started to where I'm at now is social media is now the biggest marketing factor, the biggest driving factor of ticket sales for stand-up comedians. You know, there's a such a short, a smaller distinguishment between social media and stand-up comics. Like you don't even know who one is or whether that's even a thing anymore. And it's just you're a comedian. If you can sell tickets, you can be a stand-up comedian. Now, some people don't like that. Um, I'm not part of that world. I think people that are kind of stuck up and oh, stand-up comedy is an art form that should be protected. I think those people are insane. Art has never been something to stay stagnant. Art has always evolved and continued to evolve. And if you don't want to evolve with it, you'll be stuck in the past.
Yeah.
There is hard. I mean, you know what I mean? If art never evolved, the only art we'd be doing is chiseling granite into old Greek philosophers. That's all we'd be doing. But that's not what we're doing anymore. There's Photoshop, there's AI is coming out, and
Man,
I think
AI
it's really
taking over.
easy to hate on movements and to hate on progress. Yeah, it's taking over. I think it's a shame that we can't just accept the fact that the art's evolving. And I think what ends up happening is we kind of, or people who are stuck in those ways, they feel pressured into changing, and no one's telling you to change, right? Your
Yeah.
art is art. Art's subjective. Art is what you want to do. So I think it's interesting that I think it's very hypocritical to go back to what I was saying earlier. I think it's very hypocritical to say you're trying to protect this pure art form, right? Because you're an artist, but you also don't
Hmm.
want to create a lane or allow a lane to be created for someone who's doing their art, right? Because at the end of the day, you're both saying the same thing.
Yeah, you're right, man. So what a tough lesson the
That's the
industry.
biggest change, social media, man. And now if you're not on social media, you're not selling tickets.
What's a tough lesson the industry has taught you?
So, I mean, so much. Number one, the toughest lesson this industry has taught me, get it in writing. Get it in writing. And even when you get it in writing, get it up front. Get it up front if you want, because there are so many janky promoters in this game, man. I don't know how it is in the music industry, but I can imagine they got janky promoters there too, because that's where you hear it and that's who coined the term. But my God, people are taking advantage of comedians. And it's a shame too. I mean, I did a show last year, this lady in St. Louis, and after the show, we went to find her for the checks, and she's gone.
Wow.
Stacked out show, she's gone. I'm there with some other, I won't name the other comics I'm there with, but they're recognizable comedians, and none of them got paid. I mean, it was to the point where we took it to social media and kind of shamed her after like 4 or 5 months of not getting paid. I mean, DL Hughley got involved with it. He even posted about it. I mean, the only reason I'm saying his name is because he posted about it.
Yeah.
It was crazy, man. Yeah, I think all in all, with all the comedians together, it's thousands and thousands of dollars she owed us all. And we got it in writing. And basically, the message was here it is in writing. take me to small claims court. Well, all right. That's easy to say, harder to do. I got a busy schedule. I don't live in St. Louis. What am I gonna do? Fly to St. Louis, take you to small claims court, have someone deliver. So it's like, yeah, could I? Should I? Yeah. Did I keep the receipts? Hell yeah. When I start getting more money and I can travel easier, I'm coming for my bag. I want my money. But
Uh,
that being said, get it up front, get a contract because people are taking advantage. And that's entertainment in general. Do the math. Always do the math. Figure out how much you're getting making. Think about how much tickets are, how many people are in the room, how much are they making at the bar. Make sure it's fair for you. Because the reality is the clubs are going out, man. People are booking themselves these days. It's no it used to be the clubs will decide who the next round of popular comedians are. Mm-mm. Not anymore. It's in the entertainers' hands now. Social media changed everything. Everybody has a voice, everybody has a platform, everybody has access to free marketing. So I think right now is the time to really make sure you're not getting screwed over on your talents and getting taken advantage of. Get in right and get it up front.
hey man, I got a question, man. Are you still afraid of aliens?
Yeah, man, the aliens freak me out. Aliens don't freak you out. I thought about this too, Larry, bro. How come you don't ever see any black people talking about they just saw a UFO? I've never seen it.
Nah.
I've never seen it in my life. I've never watched it. I've never watched a documentary in Atlanta where they're like, bro, you should have, did you look up last night? I've never seen it. It's always in like Nebraska, some cornhusker fat Billy Joe. It was like, dude, you wouldn't believe this shit. I've never seen it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm terrified I'm terrified of aliens, man. They freak me
Hey,
out.
so
I
you
think
gonna
they're
see?
under I think they're under the water.
Yeah, probably is, man.
Yeah.
They say they
That's why we don't
find
see them, man.
yeah, they say they find something else down there deep in the ocean. They didn't say what it was, but I'm gonna have to do some
Larry,
more
they
research
find
on
all sorts of shit down there. Larry goes to, they found something down there.
it.
I was just here yesterday. They found something in the ocean. You're kidding me. Yeah, bro. They be finding stuff down there all the time. It's nuts. They
What's
say we don't
the
know. They say we don't know like 98% of what's in the ocean.
believe it, man? It's too deep. Like
It's too deep.
it's too deep. Like they trying to say they know how deep the ocean is, but I don't think they really do. How?
No, no, they don't know shit. We don't know half as much as we don't know nothing that we think we know, man. I'm telling you, it's all bullshit.
Hey, I'm taking it day by day. So besides you not getting paid from that janky promoter, what's the worst gig you ever had?
Oh my God, Charleston, South Carolina, bro. I'm 2 years into comedy. 2 years, a baby in the game. It's all when you start, it's all crazy. It's all dick jokes. It's crazy because it's just you think you're just trying to make your friends laugh, and before you can get too deep, you just got to get some laughs, right? So it's not really too deep. It's not really it's just trying to get some laughs so you don't die a slow death every time you touch stage. And I hit up my boy. I was going down to South Carolina. I hit up my boy Anthony Fuentes. Shout out Anthony, man, blowing up, comic out of Chicago, great comedian, the Big Fish. I'm like, hey man, I'm going down to South Carolina. I've never done Charleston before. You know anybody that's got a show in Charleston? So, bro, you got to hit up my boy. He's got a great show down there. It's always sold out. It's packed. He'll have you on, man. I vouch for you. Hit him up. Sorry, I hit this guy up. Like, hey man, I know it's like last minute, but I heard you run a great show. I'll be there in like 3 days. Like, no real like expectations, but if you can fit me in, I'll do it, man. He was like, can you do 20 minutes? I was like, what? I was like, how good can this show be? Where in like 3 days, he needs someone to fill 20 minutes of time. And he didn't even ask me what my face looks like. You know what I mean? Let alone where's my clip, let alone what's my resume. Just can you do 20? So I said, well, we could find out. He was like, come on down, man. I get down there. Larry, I ain't bullshitting you. I get down there, I'm putting in the address. My parents are coming. My mom and my stepdad have never seen me do stand-up before. My mom has. My mom saw me do stand-up. My stepdad's never seen me do stand-up before. I'm driving down with my girlfriend at the time because we're going to visit my mom's house and then we're going to go down to Florida. We all meet in Charleston to go to my show. I put in the GPS and I'm like at the location, but the only thing I see is a church. And I'm like, man, where is this show at? He was like, oh, it's not. I was like, is it in the church? He was like, no, bro, it's not in the church. Don't be crazy. It's in the elementary school right next to the church. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I said, okay. Now there's a lot of cars here, so there's something going on in there. So I walk in there and I just keep seeing groups of like 6-year-old kids wearing different color camo pants and like their parents around. And I'm like, someone's got to tell me what the fuck is going on here, or I'm on my way to Florida immediately. This guy walks up to me, he's like, hey man, can I help you? And then at that moment, I noticed I'm also the only white person in here. My mom's walked in, she's white. My stepdad's Puerto Rican. My girl at the time is black. And I'm looking at my mom like, I don't know, you know? So this guy walks up to me and he's like, hey, can I help you? I say, hey, man, I'm Zako, Ryan from Chicago. He goes, oh, the comedian. I say, yeah. I was like, I'm just looking for the comedy show. He's like, you're in the right place. I was like, that can't be. It can't be. There's like 56-year-old kids in there. What do you mean? He's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. This is the stand-up portion of the talent show. I said, what the fuck did you just say to me? He said, yeah, this is the elementary school talent show. Before we start the talent show, we're gonna have a comedy show. And I was like, you're kidding. He goes, wish I was, buddy. Also, the host didn't show up, so you're gonna have to do that. I was like, word? He goes, yeah, we're starting in about 6 minutes. You good? I was like, we're gonna find out. He walked away, and I'm looking at my mom. Now, my mom and my stepdad are laughing hysterically at this situation because they know what's going on. And this is like how I was raised. We just bust balls. They are dying. And I'm like, y'all don't have to stay here if you don't want. And they were like, oh no, we will for sure be in there. So they go in and the guy comes back out and he's like, hey man, I thought about it. I can't do that to you, bro. I can't make you host this. I'm gonna host it. You just come up after and do your 15 minutes. If you can do 15. I said, oh, thank God. He goes, I'm gonna go up, I'm gonna do about 10 minutes. I'm gonna warm them up. They all know me. I'm on the radio here. I'm big dog around here. Like they know me. I got this, bro. I'm gonna set you up perfectly. It's gonna be an alley-oop. You've seen the Dwayne Wade to LeBron. That's me and you, baby. Putting us on a poster. Hell yeah. I'm pumped up, right? So we walk in there, and this is the first time I looked at the audience, and the audience is half of them are 6 years old, and the other half are those 6-year-olds' parents. And I don't have nothing for the ears of a 6-year-old, so I am pouring sweat. And the guy goes, don't worry, we're gonna get them. They love me, it's gonna be great. He walks up there, he's introducing himself with the mic. He goes, everybody, welcome to the such and such comedy show. Put your hands together, be ready to have a good time. Bro, no one even stopped their conversation. Everyone just continued doing what they're doing. The only thing that changed was I hear my family laughing so loud. And I'm looking up, I'm like, oh boy, this can be so bad. But I'm like, don't worry, he's gonna open them up, he'll get him in there, right? He goes, no, y'all can do better than that. It's your boy DJ Yada Yada. Crickets. But at least they stopped talking. I'm like, oh my God. So now he's on stage, the crickets hit, and he goes, well, yeah, this is the comedy portion of the show. As you know, I'm DJ Yada Yada. Um, all right, well, without any further ado, gonna bring a comedian up from Chicago. Give it up for Ryan. Bro, The longest walk to stage you've ever seen in your life, dude. I'm walking up to stage. People are looking at me like, what in the fuck is going on in this elementary school right now? I got long hair at the time, big old flannel cam. I'm wearing camel pants too. I grab the mic. The first thing I say is, "Hey, I dress the same as all your 6 year olds." Larry, let me tell you, I don't know how to start a show, but that ain't it. That ain't the way to start it. I proceeded to bomb tragically for about 10 minutes. I'm pouring sweat. At this point, I have my flannel off now because I can't withstand the heat uh, of failure that is emanating from my body. And in my head, the only thing that can save this is to do a little crowd work. And in the moment, there was a table with pink balloons and a bunch of everyone was wearing pink. And I was like, "Hey, what's everybody wearing pink over there for?" And the girl yells out, "Oh, my mom just died of breast cancer." And I was like, "Bro, I cannot win up here right now. I gotta." And I said, "You know what? That'll be enough out of me. I have been Ryan." And I got the fuck off stage, dude. And I walked past the host. I walked past the host, and it was the first time in my career and the last time in my career where I said, "Keep the money, bitch. I'm gone." And I grabbed my parents and I got the fuck out of there. And we went and ate at Texas Roadhouse.
Damn.
That
Yeah.
was the wildest show. To this day, my folks will never. Every time I tell them I'm going to do a show, they always say that. Hey, well, it can't be any worse than Charleston.
Yeah, that was, oh man, that was a moment. That was a moment. Man, you're also an actor too, man. Chicago PD. How you got that gig?
Yeah, like bro, kind of like I was hosting a show at Laugh Factory, and this lady came up to me after the show, and she was like, "Hey, I thought you're so funny. You wanna grab a drink after the show?" And I was like, "Nah, like I got a bunch of stuff to do. Thank you, but no thanks." And she's like, "Okay, it's fine." And she's like, call me when you get a chance." And she handed me a card, and it said, talent agent. And I was like, "Oh, I have all the time in the world. Where are we going?" Right? I thought you were flirting with me. I thought you wanted to fuck. You want to give me money. All right. So we go next door and we're just talking, and she's asking me, she's like, "What do have you done acting before? I'm interested in, seeing you audition." I was like, I've only been doing stand-up comedy for a year and a half. I've never acted, I've never done anything. I'm like kind of new to all this, but I think I can do it, right? So she brought me in, I auditioned for them, and then yeah, they brought me in, Stewart Talent Agency. So they just sent me some auditions. I get to do some commercials once in a while. My two biggest roles were I was in Power Force. I was a photographer in a strip club, and I get uh beat the fuck up
Damn.
is what I get very badly. Yeah. And then I was in Chicago PD, and in Chicago PD, um I get beat the fuck up. So I think I am just typecasted in Hollywood as the guy everyone wants to punch in the face. So those are the roles I've got. But in Chicago PD, I got it. I got one lick in at least. So they're giving me to let me fight back a little bit. Maybe next time I'll get a couple, throw them in a headlock, maybe win a fight before my career is over. But Larry, dude, I'm telling you, when I got punched in the face in Power Force, I was like, this is my first opportunity, right, to show like what I'm capable of. So I was like, I'm about to try to win an Oscar for best dude to get punched in the fucking face, right? So they come in there and they're like, "All right, we're gonna punch you in the face." And you just kind of got it. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm ready." So guy comes in and he swings, and I throw my shit back. I mean, sell it like you've never sold nothing before in your life, Larry. I sold it. It was the best non-punch punch you've ever seen in your life. I killed that shit. However, in the process, I pulled the whole right side of my whole neck, body, and limbs down to my toes to where that shit was tingling in my feet. And I was
Damn.
like, well, it doesn't even matter because we got it, right? It don't even matter because we got it on tape. I can ice the shit when I get home, right? Wrong. We had to do that take about 15 times.
Damn.
This was on Power Force. This wasn't Chicago PD. We had to do this shit about 15 times because the dude getting his dick sucked in the strip club in the back couldn't stop looking at the camera. Bro, focus on getting your dick sucked by this actress. I'm up here paralyzed and I can't go home and ice my neck because you can't focus. Awful experience.
Wait a minute.
Good
This was
times.
was
Awful
this
experience.
acting
They asked
or
me
this
afterwards if I was okay. I said no.
was this acting or was
Well,
that
he
for real?
wasn't really getting his dick sucked, Larry. I mean, it wasn't.
I mean, I ain't know, man.
He wasn't really getting his dick sucked. He was acting like he was getting. Yeah, Hollywood ain't that crazy, man. No, he was play getting his dick sucked in the back. But every time the guy walked in, he would look right at the camera for some reason. He'd just be like, and it's like, why are you looking at the camera? Focus. This is my moment. And I just got to keep 15 times throwing my shit back. And one time I was like, hey, maybe I'll try the other side just to try to even it out. And he was like, I can't throw jabs. So then that was fucked. So I really had nothing, no other option but to damn near die. But I went out on my shield, Larry. And that's my big Hollywood break.
That's what's up, man. So, what's your definition of chilling and vibing, man? When you're not doing comedy, you're not acting.
Oh man, chilling and vibing. I'm one of those types of people where it's like 0 or 100. I'm either out getting after it or I'm absolutely dialed back to 0. And for me, chilling and vibing is I got an 11-year-old English Mastiff, who I've had since he was like 6 weeks old. That's my boy. So I really am just inclined to roll a joint, put on a good movie, chill on the couch, hanging out with my dog, really. Um, I like to fish, man. I like to stay active. I'm in the gym, but if I'm just chilling and just vibing, I'm a big movie buff. I like movies. I love me a good TV show, some documentaries. But yeah, it's I can chill, man. I can chill and vibe. All right,
Uh,
I'm good at that.
so, Zako, what advice would you give somebody wanting to get into comedy?
Don't do not fucking do it. Be a good boyfriend or girlfriend, get married, have kids, enjoy your life. No, man, if you want to get into stand-up comedy, just know coming into it, it can't be part-time, bro. It really can't. I know a lot of people get in and oh, I'm gonna do this on the side. And what I mean by that is not you can't work another job and do this on the side. What I mean by that is you need to treat this like it is the main bitch. It has to be the main bitch. You cannot treat comedy like the side bitch. It will never come around. That's the one you're getting flowers for. That's the one you're hanging out with on Valentine's Day. That's the one that's getting the ring because you will be weeded out very quickly. And there are a million people in this country now that want to be and do stand-up comedy. And you have to somehow separate yourself from that pack and work harder than everybody else in the room, man. So the advice is come into it knowing it's a grind. Figure out if that fits in your schedule and if you're light and in your life, because if not, it ain't gonna work, man.
So, if somebody want to follow you on your socials, how could they do that?
Oh yeah, pretty much just Zako Ryan, Zakoryan, 8 letters, Zakoryan. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. I'm about to start doing some more long form stuff, starting in September. So I'm excited about that. But really head over to my Instagram, take a look at some of the clips. I always post my schedule on there as well. You can go to ZakoRyan.com and see if I'm gonna be in a city near you. And sign up for the newsletter and tell me where to come too. That's really how I figure out where I go on my tours.
That's what's up. Well, Zach Ryan, I appreciate you for coming chill and vibe. But before we go, let everybody know what we doing, man.
Bro, you know what we're doing, Larry? We're chilling and vibing.
Oh yeah. Appreciate you, boss.
All right, good talking to you, Larry. Have a good one, man.